Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show on ET Now, where we, of course, are getting you all the latest action on the personal finance space and how the latest news flow impacts your money. One news flow is, of course, with respect to rate cuts. Banks, financial institutions have been cutting interest rates on various loans, be it for your home or for your car. Not just that, banks have also been trying to dole out all the most attractive offers to lure customers, which means it's advantage customers like you and me. So what are these offers, and do all these offers mean that it's a good time to go ahead and make that big splurge, be it for a home or a car? That's what we will discuss today with Anshuman Mishra. He's the founder of loanadda.com and he's joining us from our Noida studios. Anshuman, apologies for the delay and thank you so much for joining us on The Money Show. Wherever we look, it's literally discounts galore and it's, interest rate cuts galore. The latest move, of course, from the RBI and, of course, the RBI governor asking that the cut in interest rates be transmitted to the customer is something that's prompted a lot of banks to cut their MCLR, which in turn, and in simple language for the benefit of all our viewers, means that the interest that's charged on loan will be reduced. So Anshuman, let's say if I had to take out a loan 1 year ago versus when I have to take out a loan now, are you actually seeing a meaningful reduction in the interest that banks charge?
So actually in the last 1 year, there has been a little bit of reduction in the auto loans or home loans. But the basic problem is not about how much of the rate interest, has been passed on to the customer. Because if you see today, RBI has reduced repo rates to around 5.4%, which is like one of the lowest in a very, very long time. But if you see the average, home loan rates, which goes to around 8.8%, there are three categories of, when you're taking a home loan. First is someone who has less than 30 lakhs. This is private sector lending. So this 8.35% is basically for them. But if you remove that, the average rates of interest of even a home loan being 8.8% and even for a car is between 8.7 to 9.2%. So what's happening is the rate cuts which have been done by RBI, as the consumer is now wanting now in the festival season, you don't see that kind of transmission, because let's say in 2005 you had 6.25% RBI repo rate and the average home loan rates were around 7.5. But today, with a 5.4% repo rate, the home loan rates are 8.8. So from 1.25% delta to 8.8% delta. So that is what is, pinching the customers, and some rates which, like say SBI has made a zero processing fee is now trickling down. But the people are looking for a much bigger, pass on in rates.
Okay, so that means the fact that, you're saying that the interest rates have not decreased as much as one would have hoped. Does that mean that we could perhaps be seeing interest rates go lower from here on as well? That means there will be more cuts in interest rates by banks, or do you think that it may still take some time because, like you're mentioning, banks perhaps are being a bit slow in passing on the interest rate cuts?
To see now, at least for the next 6 to 12 months, because you see, if plain simple economics, when there is a recession, the RBI, and you see the RBI governor is so particular about, trying to give a nudge to the banks and try to reduce the rates, and even in their policy document it has come. So we see that even without a repo rate reduction, the banks have a large margin to reduce the rate of interest in the next 6 to 12 months, any which way. And then if that doesn't happen, then the RBI is even willing to reduce the repo rate, because 5.4 is not the lowest repo rate till date. So what's happened is if you see the rates which are possible to go down, we see that if you take a floating rate of interest is the best thing, because in the next 12, even to the next 24 months, the rates are even going to go down. So take a loan. I mean, anybody wants to buy a car, there are a lot of discounts happening because of the slowdown in general. So today, this is the best time to buy a car, in case you're planning to buy, in case it's a first car, because even in the small segment like an Alto 800, there is a lot of 30-40,000 discount which was not heard of earlier. So essentially, if these lending rates are pared down more by the banks, and especially by the private sector banks or the NBFCs, then you see a lot of kickstart to the auto industry and of course to the home loan industry, which both are going through a very bad phase right now.